Can you imagine paying $2.5 million for one car? Especially when only 40 people in the world can have it. Crazy, right? But it's very, very real. When you see what's inside, the number suddenly starts to make sense. Every part of it works together like one perfect machine. Backed by Porsche and Hyundai, powered by 2,107 horsepower, the Rimac Nevera isn't a concept, it's real. 1.7 seconds to 100 kilometers per hour, and a world record 0 to 400 to 0 time of 25.79 seconds. Watch till the end to see how this $2 million machine proves what electric power can really do. From a small garage to world records, this is Rimac. Let's go. It all started in 2009 inside a small garage in Croatia. A young engineer named Mate Rimac was only 21 years old. He took an old BMW from 1984 and turned it into an electric car. That car was called the EM3, and it was faster than anyone expected. Back then, people laughed at the idea of a fast electric car. But Mate didn't stop. He worked alone, day and night, testing every wire and motor by hand. In 2011, he created his own company, Rimac Automobile, in a small town near Zagreb. The dream was simple: build the world's fastest electric car. And year after year, that dream started to grow. By 2022, the Rimac Group was worth over 2 billion euros. What began in one garage became a company that now builds the most powerful electric car on Earth, the Rimac Nevera R. At first, no one believed one small company from Croatia could change the car world. But when big names saw what Mate Rimac was building, they wanted to be part of it. Porsche, Hyundai, and even SoftBank decided to invest. In 2022, Rimac Group raised 500 million euros, reaching a value of more than 2 billion. Porsche now owns about 20% of the company, but Mate Rimac is still the biggest shareholder. Their plan is simple: build the future of electric cars from batteries to hypercars, and the Rimac Nevera R is just the beginning. The Rimac Nevera R isn't powered by one engine. It has four, one for each wheel. Together they make 2,107 horsepower. That's more power than any gasoline car on Earth. Each motor works on its own but also talks to the others 100 times every second. This system is called Rimac All-Wheel Torque Vectoring, or RATWTV. It decides how much power each wheel needs, so the car never loses control. That's why the Nevera R can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 1.7 seconds. It doesn't just move fast, it thinks fast. Every part of its power system works like a brain made of electricity. The Rimac Nevera R uses a battery that's built into the car itself. It's a structural pack that adds about 200 kilograms of strength to the chassis and makes the whole car lighter and stiffer. The battery stores 108 kilowatt hours of energy, enough to power a house for more than 5 days. Energy density is around 169 watt-hours per kilogram, very high for a hypercar. It can charge from 20 to 80% in under 15 minutes, using a 500 kilowatt DC charger. That's about 30 kilometers of range for every minute of charging. With a normal wall unit at home, around 11 kilowatts, it needs about 13 hours for a full charge. On a full battery, the Nevera R can travel around 400 kilometers or about 250 miles under the WLTP cycle. In real driving, the EPA estimate is close to 200 miles. The monocoque frame weighs less than 200 kilograms and is made entirely from carbon fiber, the same material used in Formula One cars. It is the largest single carbon fiber part ever used in a production car. This design makes the car safer and gives it a torsional rigidity of 70,000 Newton meters per degree, almost twice as strong as a Bugatti Chiron. Every cell in the pack is cooled with liquid, so it can handle full power over and over again without overheating. It's the kind of engineering that turns electricity into something alive. The Rimac Nevera R looks like it's moving even when it stands still. Every curve, every edge has a reason to exist. The front is wide and low with clean horizontal lines that cut through the air. The hood drops down sharply, helping air slide across the body with almost no drag. On the sides, deep carbon channels pull cool air toward the brakes and motors. The doors open upward like wings, light, fast, and precise. Each panel is made from carbon fiber so thin you can see the weave under the paint. At the back sits a massive fixed wing, part of the new R Aero package. It works with a huge rear diffuser to create 15% more downforce and 10% better aerodynamic efficiency. When you drive fast, that wing keeps the car pressed to the ground like glue. Below it, the 4 exhaust-style vents aren't for smoke. They push heat from the motors out through the carbon shell. Even the headlights and taillights were shaped for airflow, not just for style. Every surface has a job. Nothing is only decoration. The wheels are 21 inches at the back and slightly smaller at the front. wrapped in Michelin Cup 2 tires that hold tight even through the fastest corners. The brakes are carbon ceramic Evio 2 discs, strong enough to stop from 400 kilometers per hour without fading. Inside, everything matches the outside. Clean, focused, and built around the driver. The cockpit mixes carbon, aluminum, and soft leather with screens that show power, torque, and temperature in real time. The steering wheel feels like it came from a race car, flat, small, and covered with simple switches for drive modes and torque balance. From the driver's seat, you can see the road, the horizon, and nothing else. It feels less like a car and more like a jet made for the ground. Every sound is clean, every motion smooth, everything built to make 2,000 horsepower feel effortless. Every Rimac Nevera R is built by hand in Croatia. Only 40 cars will ever be made, no more, no less. Each car takes about 5 weeks to assemble from start to finish. More than 1,000 parts come together, each tested before installation. The carbon monocoque alone takes over 200 hours to cure, trim, and finish. All electrical systems are built in-house by Rimac engineers, no outsourcing, no shortcuts. The paint process happens in a temperature-controlled room and takes more than 6 days to complete. Each car goes through over 300 quality control checks before it leaves the factory. The final inspection is done personally by Rimac's top engineers, sometimes even by mate Rimac himself. When a car passes every test, it's signed, documented, and shipped directly to the owner, often by air. No mass production, no assembly line, just human precision, one car at a time. That's what makes each Rimac Nevera R not just rare, but alive. The Rimac Group isn't just a car company, it's an ecosystem of technology. In 2021, Rimac joined forces with Bugatti to form Bugatti Rimac, combining tradition with innovation. Mate Rimac became the CEO of both brands, leading more than 2,000 engineers across Europe. Their new 100,000 square meter campus near Zagreb will open in 2026, built for electric hypercars and advanced battery systems. Inside, Rimac Technology designs and produces high-voltage batteries, powertrains, and software for other car brands. The same battery systems used in the Nevera R will soon power future Porsches, Hyundais, and even Bugattis. The goal is clear: to lead the next generation of high-performance electric vehicles. But for Mate Rimac, it's not only about cars. It's about proving that innovation can come from anywhere, even from one small garage in Croatia. From a single garage to the world stage, the Rimac Nevera R shows what's possible when vision meets courage. It's proof that the future doesn't belong only to the biggest companies, it belongs to those who dare to build it. Stories like this remind us that innovation can start anywhere, even in silence, even from one idea. If you love seeing how the future of cars is being written today, subscribe to Gastail and stay with us for the next story, because the next revolution might be closer than you think.